Hello everybody, welcome back to the Ultimate Goosebumps Man channel, and today I'm going to be giving you my very first Goosebumps book review. Now, I'm really excited to do these because I've had a blast reading these books so far, and I'm really excited to start doing these book reviews for you guys, as well as doing episode reviews based on these books as I go through them. So, of course, I'm going to be starting with the very first Goosebumps book ever written, and that is Welcome to Dead House. All I'm going to say right now, this book is amazing. I really had a fun time reading this, and there's not much else to say basic-wise. So I'm just going to go right into the plot synopsis and just give you a basic idea of what the story is and go into some more of my thoughts on it. So basically, this book's main characters are siblings, Josh and Amanda. Amanda being the older sister and Josh is, of course, the younger brother. And they're moving with their parents to a town called Dark Falls. And pretty much instantly, this town is creepy. It's very derelict, very shaded. There's not really any sunlight that's able to come through. And the house they move into is really eerie, kind of like the house depicted on the cover. And Josh and Amanda get a bad feeling about it right away. According to their parents, they inherited this house from a long lost uncle. And so yeah, they just move in. And as I said, Josh and Amanda are not very happy about this. Particularly Josh, who is very whiny in a lot of the book. I think he's probably one of the weaker characters. Now, Amanda is our main protagonist. It's told from her perspective. And pretty much immediately before they move in, there is a lot of weird stuff going on. Like, Amanda sees a boy staring at her from the top window of the house. And of course, her parents don't believe her. And they move in anyway. And more weird things start happening. Amanda starts seeing people running through her house in the hallways and other things like this. And there's one point in this book that really creeped me out, which was a dream sequence. Well, technically it was more Amanda recalling a dream she had. And it is disturbing. I'm not going to go into it because I want you to actually read the book to find out. But it is a really creepy sequence. Probably something that really unnerved me about this book. And essentially, again, as more weird things start happening, their dog, named Petey, freaks out over everything, specifically the residents of Dark Falls. He's always barking and growling at them for some reason, and the family doesn't really understand why. And eventually, Josh and Amanda meet these neighbor kids who are also very creepy. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about the book. In terms of the plot, it is fantastic. There's a lot of things I enjoy. This is one of the darker Goosebumps books. I will say that right away. This book is very disturbing, very creepy. There's a lot of atmosphere that a lot of other Goosebumps books lack. And of the three that I've read so far, this one definitely had the best setting. The first really landmark area of Goosebumps, even though it's never really mentioned again after this book. But I really wish they revisited this area because it was a really cool setting for a book. Really creepy, just as I said before. And yeah, there was a darker ending. It wasn't really like your typical Goosebumps twist ending. It's more just ambiguous. But I still think it's really dark and has this implication that leaves you with an uneasy feeling. There's also a specific part of this book that really gets to me that happens to Petey. Again, if you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm not going to mention it if you haven't read it. Overall, I'd say I'll give this book an 8 out of 10. It was really well written. I enjoyed it. Now, as I said, there are some parts of the book that do kind of lack. I will say, the constant bickering between the parents, I find very annoying. It just kind of gets old after a while. It's very repetitive and happens throughout the entire book. And there's just also, again, Josh as a character is very unlikable, very whiny, and just complains a lot. Amanda is decent. She has some whiny moments, but it's not bad. And also, just the cover by Tim Jacobus is phenomenal. This is one of the most iconic Goosebumps covers of all time, and I love it. So yeah. This book is probably one of the best ones I've read so far. Probably the best of the three. The other two I've read are Stay Out of the Basement and Monster Blood. I'm really looking forward to reviewing the episode. I watched the episode pretty much immediately after finishing the book, and I will say, I'm not going to say which one I prefer better, but the episode is really good. I really liked it, and I'll go into more detail on that once I actually get into my episode review. But yeah, overall, welcome to Dead House. Phenomenal start to the Goosebumps series. It made me really hyped to get back into these, to see that these books still held up, even though I've actually never read this book growing up. So it was really cool to read this for the first time, and again, just restore my faith in Goosebumps. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.